Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. Today we are discussing about how does workers compensation work. Workers compensation insurance pays vital benefits to employees when they are injured or sick because of their job. Workers compensation benefits include medical treatment and ongoing care, payments to cover lost wages and even death benefits. In most states, businesses are required to buy workers' compensation insurance for their employees, possibly even if they only have an employee. What is workers' compensation? Workers' compensation insurance provides compensation for lost wages and medical care for people who are hurt due to their jobs. Employers pay for workers' comp coverage. Employers don't contribute to the funds. A workers' compensation claim is paid if the employer or insurance company confirms that the injury or illness was work related. If the insurer or employer rejects the workers' comp claim, a workers' compensation judge decides on the case. In addition to paying for injuries and rehabilitation, workers' compensation may compensate a family after work-related death. Brief facts after workers' comp. Workers' compensation program were established by a state statute or within state constitutions beginning in 1911. Today, each of the 50 states and Washington DC have their own workers' compensation program. With the exception of Texas and Wyoming, workers' compensation insurance coverage is mandatory in all states. Agricultural workers, domestic employees, and independent contractors are generally excluded from a workers' comp insurance requirement. Total workers' comp benefits paid were $58.9 billion in 2020. According to the most recent data from the National Academy of Social Insurance, there's a 6% decrease from 2016 when $62.7 billion was paid for workers' comp benefits. Who needs Who needs workers' comp insurance? Most states require businesses to have workers' comp insurance even as part of small business insurance for operational with just one employer. Other states such as Alabama and West Virginia do not require workers' comp if you have fewer than 5 employees. Some states have exemption for workers' comp requirement based on the type of work. For example, in California, you are not required to have workers' comp for domestic workers employed by parents or for volunteers who work for a non-profit, recreational camp, or sky patrol. Check our guide to workers' compensation laws by state to find out what's required where you operate. What does workers' comp insurance cover? Let's take a closer look at the benefits covered by workers' comp insurance. Medical expenses, including hospital visits, medications, and emergency surgeries, are all covered by workers' compensation. Lost wages. Lost wages are partially covered when the employer needs time away from work to recover from a work-related illness or injury. Disability benefits. Disability benefits are available if the injury causes a partial or permanent disability. Ongoing care. Ongoing care costs such as physical therapy are covered by workers' compensation. Death benefits. Death benefits typically include funeral costs and survivor benefits for the worker's family. Workers' comp benefits are paid no matter who was at fault, and workers' compensation laws typically prevent employees from suing their employers for a work-related injury or illness. What does workers' compensation insurance not cover? Employees are covered for workers' compensation regardless of the number of hours they work. However, there are exclusions which could result in a denied workers' comp claim, including commuting. Traveling to and from work is typically excluded from workers' comp coverage. A person may be covered if they are in a company vehicle or don't have a physical office, such as a traveling salesperson. Intoxication or substance abuse. Many states exclude workers' compensation coverage if the injured person was intoxicated and that contributed to the injury. Workplace fight. If an injury happens during a fight with a colleague, workers' compensation may not cover the injuries. One exception is if the fight was about work. Benefits of workers' comp coverage. Workers' comp benefits both your small business and your employer. Here are a few examples of the benefits of workers' comp coverage. It reduces your out-of-pocket expenses if a worker gets sick or ill while on the job. Workers' comp pays for their lost wages, medical expenses, and their expenses such as funeral costs. Without workers, Without workers' comp, you might have to pay out of pocket for these expenses. It covers your employees for extended absences. An accident or illness that result in an extended absence could be financially devastating for your employees. Workers' comp covers partial lost wages and ongoing care costs such as physical therapy. Workers' comp covers your employees no matter who is at fault. Mistake happen in the workplace. Workers' comp will cover your employees even if they are at fault for the accident. How much does workers' compensation cost? Workers' compensation insurance costs $542 per year according to Insurion. That's about $45 per month. Workers' compensation insurance costs are based on the job classification of employees, and these classifications reflect the riskiness of the job. For example, a construction worker or electrician would be considered high risk job. Other high risk jobs include police officers, firefighters, lumberjacks, and telecommunication repair workers. Thank you.